What is up, guys? It is AJ from MMA Experts, and we are talking about the fight between Patricio Pitbull and Pedro Carvalho. What a performance for Patricio Pitbull in this matchup. Absolutely dominant. First round knockout victory. In 2 minutes into the first round, Pedro Carvalho was levels below Patricio Pitbull. His pressure, his precision, even the way he was able to close distance and land those shots against a much taller Pedro Carvalho was just extremely impressive. Carvalho really didn't offer much resistance against Patricio, even when they went on the mat. I mean, it looked like maybe there was a chance for a submission victory when Patricio Pitbull seemed to have the neck for a moment, and then, Pedro Carvalho, being the good grappler that he is, did get out of it, and they get back up to the feet, and I mean, it was one-sided from the start. Massive punches landed on the feet, big check hook landed by Patricio right before going for that submission attempt, and then up to the end, just a beautiful straight, and then a hook that, I mean, he was already unconscious, I believe, on the way down, and then that was it. The referee runs in, stops the fight at the perfect time. This was a one-sided beating. Patricio Pitbull is extremely scary. He is, I believe, one of the best featherweights on the planet, maybe the number one. I would like to see him potentially match up with the UFC's featherweight talent. As far as lightweights go, he's top 5 in the world, and Bellator truly has one of the best fighters on the planet in their organization. I believe he's the greatest Bellator fighter of all time. His opponent, Pedro Carvalho, is a skilled fighter that I really had a lot of faith in that he was going to be fairly competitive. I didn't believe he was going to win against Patricio Pitbull, but I did believe he was going to put a much better performance on than he did. But he's knocked out in the first round. Patricio Pitbull moves on to the semifinals of the tournament. He's already the world champion, so this will add just another accolade in the belt of being the tournament champion. But in the semifinals, this is no easy matchup. He takes on Emmanuel Sanchez, who put on a really good performance in avenging his defeat to Daniel Weichel earlier in the night. Now, on the other side of the bracket, next Thursday, we see AJ McKee versus Darion Caldwell. The winner will then fight the winner of Sanchez versus Pitbull. I'm super pumped for that fight. I look forward to giving you guys my prediction on that matchup. Now, I do want to quickly talk about Pedro Carvalho, who takes a tough defeat here. I don't think all is lost. I think for a 25-year-old, he still has a ton of upside and potential. I would like to see him take a bit of a layoff after this brutal knockout loss. I hope he doesn't try to jump back in there too quick. Maybe come back around March, April of next year. As far as matchups do go, I don't have an exact opponent, but probably still going to be somebody fairly notable. Maybe even Daniel Weichel, for all we know, could be the next matchup for him. Sometimes toward maybe mid 2021, as I mentioned, maybe March, but maybe they wait longer during the summertime because Pedro was brutally knocked out. He's a young fighter at 25 and does have a ton of potential. But the night is Patricio Pitbull's. Excellent performance. I would love to see him in the UFC someday. I know he holds a win over Michael Chandler, who's now been signed by the UFC. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but if it does, I think there'd be a lot of interesting matchups. Patricio Pitbull is no joke, and I do believe, even prior to doing film study at this point, just comparing matchup to matchup, he holds a win over Emmanuel Sanchez before. I do believe he's going to probably win that matchup again, and I believe against either Darion Caldwell or AJ McKee, I'd pick Patricio Pitbull in that matchup. It's very hard to pick against him. He is Bellator's greatest fighter. But that is pretty much it for this video, what actually happened between Pedro Carvalho and Patricio Pitbull. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, guys, follow my social media, Instagram, Twitter, and I'll see you all in the next video.